hopefully I can help. It's a very young group. Experience isn't on our side at this point, but it's an enthusiastic young group. So hopefully, whether it's playing minutes, whether it's not, whether it's helping out at practice, and just the day-to-day and keeping guys accountable, professional. That's kind of why I'm here.
Hey, Andrew, what types of conversations did you have with Luke leading up to this?
Luke and I had a great relationship in Golden State, first and foremost. So there were some other teams that I was talking to before the Lakers even got involved. And for those that are asking how I ended up here, the other two teams kind of were pitter-pattering their feet, and there was not too much traction going on there. They were hanging me out to dry a little bit to wait. And then Luke called and said they got an offer for me. And it got to a point where I knew I need to get back out on the court and play and show that I'm healthy. And the longer I wait, I thought it was, not a good thing for me. So this is a good situation. I know they can use some veteran leadership, and like I said, Luke's a great guy to play for and lets you play basketball.
Is it different now, playing with a non-guaranteed contract, not fully guaranteed, someone who's been in the league so long as you have?
Yeah, it is. Look, there's no surprises why. I've had a shocking run with injuries, so I understand it. And it doesn't really change much for me, barring if I do get an injury, that'll probably be waived. But other than that, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Finances weren't a huge reason why I signed. It's just, letting people know in the league I can still play at a high level, and showing everybody that I'm healthy is the two main goals for me starting the season. And then building on that would be to get back out there and get back into form.
Do you think you have an advantage playing for Luke because you might have an idea you guys might be able to speak the same language from experience?
Somewhat, yeah. Look, I know what he expects. He's obviously changed a little bit from what the personnel we had in Golden State was a little bit different here, sure. But it's a similar style, run and gun. But the reason why I'm here is predominantly offensively. Last in the league in a lot of categories when it came to defense. So you're not going to win many games doing that. And I think he needs some help with that. And hopefully I can help with that.
Where are you in terms of injuries right now?
I'm fully cleared. I've been working out for the last 6 weeks. The only thing I haven't really done is full contact, obviously 5-on-5. But the legs pulled up fine. I was cleared a long time ago. You say that 6-7 weeks ago, and everyone thinks, yeah, because I'm a free agent, I'm trying to get a deal. But I genuinely have been training pretty hard for about 6 weeks, and the leg's been great.
Have you been able to come in and work out with any of the guys?
I just got in the country. Yeah. So the call happened last week. I was in Australia working out. Talks started on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I was on a plane on Saturday. And now I've got to go through all the fun of getting a work visa and doing all that fun stuff. So it's been a quick turnaround for me. I just got in at 6 a.m. on Saturday.
Takes a minute to just adjust the time change.
Yeah, it does. So jet lag is not an ally right now. So sleep's struggling. It's bedtime right now in Australia. But yeah, something I've got to adjust to.
Andrew, what did you think about the back and forth over the weekend between the president and some of your own teammates?
It is what it is. It's an interesting climate right now. I've never seen it like this before, even in Australia. And it's obviously everyone's on edge at the moment. So there's always something different happening, something different being tweeted every day, and that's something I think it's going to be like that for the next 3-4 years.
What excites you about playing for this team?
Just that it's a young team, a lot of energy and enthusiasm, so that can be infectious. Obviously, if it's channeled the right way. But like I said, experience isn't on our side. That's going to be the one problem that we have. But hopefully, we can use that to our advantage by being young and brash and excited and enthusiastic.
Did you know that Luke would have success as a head coach when you were playing?
Yeah.
What about him?
Just his demeanor. He's a very, very high. Just as a player, he was a very high IQ guy. Just to play in this league for 10 years. Obviously, he'll be the first to tell you he's not the most athletic guy and strongest guy, and he's not going to outwork guys. But just knowing that he had a high basketball IQ kept him in the league for 10 years. And that transition to being a coach very easily for him. He knows the game very well. He's played for some of the greatest coaches out there of all time, and he does a great job for us.
How do you think you fit offensively with the way this team wants to play with Alonso and pushing the ball around?
Just try to run. It hasn't been a strength of mine the last couple of years, but look, we'll try to run as much as we can, but there'll be times in every game where the game's going to bog down. We're going to set solid screens and get guys open and pass the ball. So they're obviously strengths of mine that have been number one, number two for me throughout my career. So just bringing some physicality on the offensive end. We've got a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket. Just know my role around them.
Because of your experience in the league, You were talking about the youth and the brashness of this particular team. What are some of the pitfalls that these young guys have to be aware of as you navigate your way through the season?
Experience, like I said, experience isn't on our side. So we got to be in those battles and be battle tested as time goes on. We'll only get better and better in that category. Like you said, you know, the young, enthusiastic group can sometimes hurt you and sometimes can really help you. So let's hope it's for us it's help. But there's a lot of very good teams out there that are experienced that don't have that enthusiasm and the passion that a young team does. So we have to use that to our advantage. And we also have to use, you know, Los Angeles as an advantage. I mean, playing here, this is a city where teams come and visit. That's very similar to Miami and South Beach, where, you know, teams will come in and enjoy themselves the night before a game. And I think we can really use that to our advantage, knowing that you know, we should try to win a lot of games at home to relieve some of the pressure on the road.
Are you okay if you play a small role on this team? You're here the whole season, but maybe you're 10, 15 minutes off the bench, or sometimes
look,
you're not playing?
Whatever role it is at this point, my priority right now is to show that I'm healthy and to get back on the floor. Whatever happens after that, to me, is a bonus. Wherever I can help. I mean, I didn't come here expecting to play 40 minutes. I didn't come here expecting to play every game. There'll be some games where you might not play as much. You know, a Golden State or one of those games where teams go very, very small. And there'll be games where you play more. A New Orleans that has two legitimate big men. So at this point in my career, 13 years in, I'm not going to have too many gripes about getting DNPs or whatever.
This team is quite young. Do you relish the idea of playing sort of that mentor role at this point in your career?
Somewhat. Look, I've been on very bad teams. I've been on very good teams throughout my career. And I've been on teams where I was the number one, number two option. I've been on teams where I was a 5 or 6 option. So I've kind of experienced everything since my rookie year. So I think just helping guys through that, understand that. We have a lot of young, talented guys, but there's only one basketball, you know, and the sooner we can figure out the ball movement is key. Everybody will kind of get rewarded if we're winning games. We'll be better, but sometimes for younger teams, it takes you know, a season or two to learn that. Let's hope it's, you know, learn quicker for us.
When you were young and you first came into the league, like what were some of the ways that some of the veterans on the squad that you played for when you were young, like how did they help you through some of the pitfalls and getting?
The biggest thing was just it's an 82-game season plus playoffs and hopefully finals for most, you know, some teams. It's just knowing that if you had a bad game last night, you've got 81 left or 80 left. There's always another game coming. You can't dwell on that too much. And on the flip side, if you have a good game the night before, you can't be getting a cake out and blowing out candles neither. So this league, the turnaround's up very, very quick. You're on a plane, you're on a bus the next game. So you just got to make sure you kind of stay level-headed throughout the journey.
That was nice.
Do you know much about Bogut?
I know enough, yeah.
What do you know about him?
He's a very hard worker. He's come along the last 3 or 4 years greatly, you know, from where he was, you know, a very raw, big man in Croatia to coming over here. He's made great strides and he's very, very young. So I have a few mutual friends and coaches that know him from my time spent in Croatia, and talked to him a little bit, and we can speak the same language in my background, so hopefully I can help him out a little bit.